I refused to pay for my brother's lavish wedding, so he disowned me. But when his fiancée discovered the truth about his wealth, everything fell apart. My brother demanded I pay for his lavish, over-the-top wedding, something he definitely couldn't afford himself. When I refused, he disowned me, cutting me from his life completely. But karma wasn't far behind, because when his fiancée finally uncovered the truth about his so-called wealth, the wedding turned into the disaster of the century. Before we jump into today's video, I need your help. We've noticed the channel is losing some traction, and subscribing is one of the best ways you can support us. It's quick, free, and it helps us keep bringing you awesome content. Your support means the world. Let's keep this channel growing together. Thanks so much. Now let's start the video. To really understand why my brother's wedding ended up as a total disaster, you need to know something important about my brother, Liam. Ever since we were kids, Liam always loved showing off. He had to have the best sneakers, newest gadgets, trendiest clothes, you name it. And as he got older, his tastes only got more expensive. Liam liked to portray himself as successful and wealthy, always exaggerating his income and flaunting luxuries he definitely couldn't afford. He leased flashy cars, bought designer clothes on credit, and posted endless photos of his so-called amazing life on social media. And for the longest time, people bought the act, especially his fiancée, Rachel. When Liam proposed to Rachel, he didn't just pop the question quietly. Nope, Liam went full Instagram influencer mode. He hired photographers, rented a yacht, and dropped a chunk of money on a diamond ring that had everyone whispering about how rich he must be. Rachel was thrilled, unaware that Liam's extravagant lifestyle was built on nothing but mountains of debt. But reality hit Liam hard when the wedding planning began. Rachel's dream wedding was straight out of a celebrity magazine. Luxurious venues, expensive catering, live music, the works. When Liam saw the actual price tag, he panicked. He knew he couldn't afford any of it. And that's when my phone rang. "I need your help," Liam said bluntly, skipping pleasantries entirely. "Rachel wants this huge wedding, and I'm short on cash. Can you cover it for me?" I almost laughed out loud. "Liam, you're talking about tens of thousands of dollars. Are you serious?" He got defensive immediately. "Come on. You're successful. You can afford it. I can't let Rachel down now. I'll pay you back eventually." I shook my head, stunned at his audacity. "Liam, you've dug yourself into this mess. Maybe it's time to be honest with Rachel." Instead of taking responsibility, Liam blew up. "If you won't help me, you're dead to me. Consider yourself disowned. I don't need family who won't support me." Before I could even respond, he hung up. Liam, my only brother, had just cut me off, all because I refused to fund his fantasy life. But little did Liam know, his carefully constructed lie was about to unravel spectacularly, and Rachel would soon discover exactly who she'd agreed to marry. For the next few weeks, Liam blocked me everywhere. No texts, no calls, nothing. But I kept getting updates through friends and family who'd heard his side of the story. Apparently, Liam was busy telling everyone I was selfish, unsupportive, and jealous of his success. It hurt, but honestly, it wasn't surprising. Liam always deflected blame, especially when reality threatened to expose his lies. Meanwhile, Rachel dove headfirst into wedding planning, completely unaware of the financial nightmare looming behind Liam's flashy facade. Every social media post showed her smiling happily as she toured extravagant venues, sampled luxurious cakes, and posed in designer dresses. Then, one evening, my phone buzzed unexpectedly. It was a text from Rachel. "Hey, can we talk? Privately. Please don't tell Liam." I hesitated briefly, sensing trouble, but agreed to meet her. We chose a small cafe across town where we wouldn't be seen by mutual acquaintances. When Rachel arrived, she looked exhausted, dark circles under her eyes, betraying the stress she'd been hiding behind Instagram filters. "I'm sorry to drag you into this," she said quietly, nervously stirring her coffee. "But I need honesty right now, and I don't know who else I can trust." "What's going on?" I asked gently, genuinely concerned. She took a shaky breath. "Liam's been acting strange. Every time I ask about paying vendors or putting down deposits, he brushes me off. The venue called yesterday saying they're canceling our reservation unless they get payment immediately. Liam keeps making excuses, but something feels off." I sighed, knowing the truth was about to unravel. "Rachel, did Liam tell you he asked me to pay for the wedding?" Her eyes widened in shock. "No, he never mentioned that." "Wait, why would he ask you?" "Because Liam doesn't actually have any money," I said gently but firmly. "He's been pretending for years, living way beyond his means, racking up debt, and trying to maintain a lifestyle he can't afford. The extravagant wedding you're planning, he was counting on me to fund it." Rachel went pale, her her voice barely audible. Why didn't he just tell me? I reached across the table, offering comfort. Because Liam would rather lose everything than admit the truth. But you deserve honesty, Rachel. You need to talk to him, now. Rachel nodded silently, tears pooling in her eyes. Her entire future had just flipped upside down. But neither of us could have anticipated Liam's reaction when Rachel confronted him, or how disastrously his entire facade would come crashing down in front of everyone they knew. The very next day, chaos erupted. Rachel wasted no time confronting Liam about everything I'd revealed, demanding honesty for the first time. Instead of coming clean, Liam doubled down on his lies, claiming I was jealous, trying to sabotage their happiness, anything to shift the blame away from himself. But Rachel wasn't buying it. She demanded to see his financial records, and when he refused, she did something Liam never expected. She contacted his bank directly. Within hours, every dirty secret spilled out. Overdue credit cards, massive loans, an empty savings account, and a credit score that had hit rock bottom. Furious and humiliated, Rachel took to social media, posting an explosive update that shattered Liam's carefully crafted image in seconds. Due to recent revelations, the wedding is off. Turns out my fiancé lied to everyone about who he really is, especially me. There's no extravagant wedding, no endless wealth, just a pile of debt and broken promises. I'm devastated and betrayed. Within minutes, the post exploded. Friends, family, co-workers, everyone who'd ever believed Liam's stories finally saw through the illusion. Messages flooded Rachel's inbox, expressing shock, sympathy, and disbelief. But the worst was yet to come. Liam tried desperately to salvage his reputation, posting long, angry rants blaming everyone but himself, me, Rachel, the banks, anyone he could think of. But his tantrums only made things worse. Comments piled up, calling out his lies and hypocrisy. His fall from grace was swift, brutal, and very public. Amid the chaos, my phone rang constantly, friends and family reaching out, some angry, others supportive, but all shocked at how deeply Liam had lied. Yet, through the noise, one call stood out, Rachel's mother. "I'm so sorry," she said gently, her voice shaking with emotion. "We all trusted him. Rachel's heartbroken, but she wanted me to thank you for being honest when nobody else would." Her words offered a brief moment of comfort, yet I felt no satisfaction in Liam's downfall, only sadness and exhaustion. But just when I thought the worst was over, Liam showed up at my doorstep unannounced, furious, humiliated, and determined to confront me directly. The confrontation that followed would change our relationship forever, forcing me to make an impossible choice. When I opened the door to see Liam standing there, my stomach twisted. He looked nothing like the confident, flashy brother I'd always known. Instead, his eyes were hollow, his expression bitter and accusing. "Are you happy now?" he spat, pushing past me into the living room. "You destroyed everything I built." I shut the door quietly, keeping my voice calm. "I didn't destroy anything, Liam. You built your entire life on lies, and they finally caught up to you." He spun around, eyes blazing. "You could have helped me. You could have paid for the wedding quietly, but no, you had to humiliate me instead." "Humiliate you?" I replied, stunned by his lack of accountability. "You humiliated yourself, Liam. You used Rachel, your friends, our family, everyone, just to maintain a fake lifestyle." His fists clenched, frustration pouring out of him. "You don't understand. Everyone expected me to be successful. I had to keep up appearances. What else was I supposed to do?" I shook my head, disappointment filling my voice. "You were supposed to be honest. Admit your mistakes. Ask for help, not demand it." His anger softened slightly, replaced by exhaustion. "I've lost everything. Rachel left, our parents won't speak to me, my friends are gone, I'm drowning, and there's nothing left." I hesitated, torn between anger and pity. "Maybe losing everything is exactly what you need. You can't fix your life until you finally admit what's broken." He stared at me silently, realizing I wasn't going to budge. Finally, he spoke again, this time quieter, humbled. "I don't even know how to start fixing this." I sighed deeply, meeting his gaze firmly. "Start by apologizing to Rachel, sincerely. Admit to everyone exactly what you did, take responsibility, and start rebuilding your life honestly." Liam's eyes fell, absorbing the painful truth he'd avoided for years. Without another word, he turned and walked out, leaving me feeling drained and uncertain. I hoped that would be the end of our drama, but things were far from over. Because the next morning, I woke up to a call that stunned me. Liam had disappeared, leaving nothing behind but a cryptic message that made my blood run cold. I stared numbly at my phone, rereading Liam's short, alarming message over and over again. I can't fix this. I'm sorry for everything. Please forgive me. My heart pounded as panic and dread surged through me. Liam had always been dramatic, but this felt different. This felt final. Without hesitating, I called his phone repeatedly, but each attempt went straight to voicemail. Fear pushed away any lingering anger, and I rushed to my parents' house hoping they'd heard something. Anything. They hadn't, and my mother broke down when I shared Liam's message. "What if he does something drastic?" she whispered, terrified. I tried to remain calm, despite feeling equally helpless. "We'll find him. He can't have gone far." Together, we contacted Liam's friends, co-workers, and even Rachel, everyone he'd ever known. Nobody had heard from him. Rachel was genuinely worried too, her anger replaced by concern. Finally, in desperation, we called the police to report Liam missing, showing them the disturbing message he'd left behind. Hours passed painfully slow, each minute stretching our fear and anxiety to unbearable levels. The house filled with tense silence, broken only by occasional whispers and worried speculation. Then, just as night fell, my phone rang. It was a hospital across town. Liam had been admitted after a serious accident, but thankfully he was alive. Relief flooded me, mixed with anxiety about what had happened. When we arrived at the hospital, Liam looked terrible, bruised, tired, but alive. Tears filled his eyes when he saw us. "I'm so sorry," he whispered weakly. "I messed everything up." My mom rushed to his side, hugging him tightly. "We're here. We'll figure this out together." Liam turned to me, genuine regret evident. "You were right. I needed to hit rock bottom before realizing how wrong I was. Will you ever forgive me?" I took a deep breath, exhaustion washing over me. "Forgiveness will come, Liam, but it has to start with honesty. No more lies, no more pretending." He nodded slowly, finally accepting reality. "I promise. I'll do whatever it takes to earn everyone's trust again." Yet, even as relief filled the room, I couldn't shake the feeling that Liam's recovery, emotionally, financially, and physically, would test us more deeply than ever before. And soon enough, my instincts would prove painfully accurate. In the weeks following Liam's accident, our family struggled to find a new normal. Liam moved back into our parents' house temporarily, humbled by his injuries and the stark reality of his ruined reputation. But while his physical wounds healed, the emotional damage ran far deeper. Rachel, still heartbroken but compassionate, visited Liam often. Each visit left Liam deeply reflective, confronting the pain he'd caused her, and finally acknowledging the damage done by his lies. One evening, Liam gathered our family together in the living room, his voice trembling with genuine vulnerability. "I need you all to hear this," he began, eyes downcast. "I know apologies don't erase what I did, but I'm sorry for everything. The lies, the pretending, the financial chaos, and especially the pain I caused." My parents listened quietly, their expressions mixed between cautious hope and lingering hurt. Liam continued, "I'm going to get a job, repay every cent I owe, and earn back everyone's trust, no matter how long it takes." For the first time, Liam's sincerity felt genuine. He'd finally hit the point of true accountability. Yet even as Liam began taking real steps, securing a modest job, budgeting carefully, and making small payments toward debts, the consequences of his past lingered. Former friends stayed distant, trust remained fragile, and his public humiliation haunted him constantly. But the real test came when Rachel revealed something none of us expected. One afternoon, she asked to meet privately. When we sat down, her voice shook with emotion. "There's something I haven't told anyone. I'm pregnant. Liam doesn't know yet." Shock rendered me speechless. "What are you going to do?" I asked carefully. "I don't know," she admitted softly. "I still care for him, despite everything. But can I trust him as a father after everything that's happened?" I took a deep breath, realizing just how complicated our family's future had become. "You have every right to doubt him," I said gently. "But Liam's changing, slowly. Maybe this child could help him finally become the person he's capable of being." Rachel considered my words carefully, hope flickering briefly across her eyes. "I want to believe that," she whispered, placing a protective hand over her belly. "I just hope he doesn't let me down again." Neither of us knew it yet, but this unexpected pregnancy would soon force Liam to face the ultimate test of his character, proving once and for all whether he'd truly learned from his mistakes, or if his old patterns would return to haunt us all. When Rachel finally broke the news to Liam, the air grew thick with tension and anticipation. Liam sat stunned, eyes wide, absorbing the life-changing reality that he was going to be a father. I watched closely, anxious about his reaction. "Are you sure?" Liam finally asked, voice barely audible. Rachel nodded nervously, tears glistening in her eyes. I wanted you to hear it from me first. But Liam, I need honesty this time. No lies, no games. Can you handle this?" Liam took a deep breath, emotions visibly swirling inside him. He stood and gently took Rachel's hands. "Rachel, I know I've given you no reason to trust me, and I've messed up more than anyone ever should. But this changes everything. I swear to you, I'll spend every day proving I can be the person you and our child deserve." Rachel studied his face carefully, searching for sincerity, and slowly, a cautious, hopeful smile appeared. "I want to believe you," she whispered softly. "I'll show you," Liam promised, determination clear in his voice. From that moment, Liam began to transform in ways I never imagined possible. He picked up extra hours at work, started diligently paying down his debt, and lived humbly without complaint. Slowly, trust began to return, not only from Rachel, but from our parents and me as well. Months passed, and as Rachel's pregnancy progressed, Liam's commitment remained unwavering. He attended parenting classes, set up a modest nursery with his own hands, and proved he could truly put others before himself. For the first time, Liam was living honestly, without illusions or pretenses. Then, on a bright Tuesday afternoon, Rachel gave birth to a beautiful baby girl. When Liam held his daughter for the first time, tears streamed down his face, genuine, heartfelt tears that spoke louder than any words. "I promise," he whispered softly to his newborn daughter, "I'll never let you down." And for the first time, I truly believed him. Liam had finally found a reason bigger than himself to change, and perhaps, despite the pain he'd caused, he was becoming the man he'd always pretended to be. But just as we finally believed the worst was behind us, one final twist emerged, something none of us could have seen coming, putting Liam's newfound strength and our family's unity to the ultimate test. Just when we believed life had settled into a peaceful new rhythm, an unexpected letter arrived that threatened to shatter everything once again. It was addressed to Liam from a creditor he'd nearly forgotten. During his darkest days, Liam had taken a risky loan from someone less than reputable, someone who now wanted repayment, with interest, immediately. Liam sat silently, letter trembling in his hands. "If I don't pay, they're threatening legal action. I can't let Rachel or my daughter suffer because of my past." The amount was staggering, far beyond Liam's current means, even with his diligent budgeting. Panic filled his eyes, fear creeping back in. Yet this time, instead of hiding or lying, Liam chose honesty. That night, Liam gathered our family, laying everything bare. He admitted his past mistakes, the threat he now faced, and humbly asked for guidance. Not money, just help finding solutions. Seeing Liam genuinely own his mistakes moved us deeply. My parents, Rachel, and I decided together to support him, not by simply giving him money, but by helping him negotiate repayment terms, consolidate debts, and find practical, honest solutions. Days passed with tense negotiations, but ultimately Liam secured an agreement he could manage responsibly. It wasn't easy, and it wasn't glamorous, but it was real. For the first time, Liam handled a crisis without lies, manipulation, or shortcuts. When everything settled, Liam hugged each of us tightly, gratitude overflowing. "I finally get it," he said softly. Success isn't about looking rich or impressing others. It's about being truthful, responsible, and earning respect through honesty. Liam's journey taught us all powerful lessons, that integrity, humility, and genuine change are worth far more than appearances or wealth. Our family emerged stronger, more united, and deeply aware of the value of honesty and forgiveness. Yet even as Liam rebuilt his life and earned back our trust, I knew the scars from his past would remain, a permanent reminder of how far he'd fallen and how courageously he'd fought his way back up. But was this truly the end of Liam's troubles? Or was there one last hidden secret still waiting to emerge? Liam's story reminds us all of an essential truth. Living beyond your means might impress others temporarily, but honesty and integrity build lasting respect. My brother's obsession with appearances almost destroyed his life, but his courage to finally face reality and admit his mistakes gave him a chance to rebuild something genuine. Our family learned valuable lessons about trust, forgiveness, and the power of authenticity. Real success isn't measured by money or flashy lifestyles. It's found in facing your mistakes, accepting responsibility, and having the strength to start over, honestly. Maybe you've faced similar challenges, struggling with debt, dishonesty, or trying to live up to impossible expectations. Remember, it's never too late to change your path. Honesty may be hard, but it always leads to something better. Have you ever experienced a moment when honesty transformed your life, or faced a situation where appearances weren't what they seemed? Share your experiences in the comments below. I'd love to hear your stories. If you found value in this story, please like, subscribe, and share this video. Your support means everything and helps us continue bringing you powerful stories like these. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.